Yeah. You know what it is. That Victory Talk podcast. We're going to show you how to build your muscle and your mindset. It's going to be a very special episode. I can't wait to get into it. This is going to be you. This is when you're going to want to take notes, because if you follow the instructions here, you're going to learn a lot. You know what I'm saying? You're going to make some more money, get stronger, get more ripped, and have the best summer of your life. Let's get it. Host, Big Brandon Carter, King Keto, Gymnasium Jesus, Unctimus Prime, and I'm joined by co-host Minovia, DJ Chiquita Grande. She's gonna be making sure nobody talk crazy in the chat, just kicking them out. You know what it is, monitoring that whole shit. You know the vibes. Yo, we got a lot of stuff we want to cover today. Let me just get the sponsors out the way right quick. I got a free ebook. Show you how to grow your online fitness business. The link is in the description. I interviewed my top students. I teach people how to grow their online fitness business. I've been doing that for the last 9 years. And all the students over the years who made over $500,000 a year, all right, I interviewed them and saw what they were doing differently. And I put that into a manual. So if you're serious about growing your online fitness business and you want the cheat codes to what the top people are doing, all right, click the link in the description. It is the first link, so you can get that 100% free. All right. Also, one more sponsor. I'm taking on a few online clients this summer, because I like to still keep my hands in the clay. I think it's weird when people teach stuff they don't do. I was one of the first people to do online training. I helped start this shit. I was one of the pioneers back in 2009. Motherfuckers still had MySpace, and I was doing online training. So I always keep a few clients, a handful, right? Because it's not my main thing. But if you would like to be one of them, go ahead and apply. There's a link. It's the second link in the description. And I'll check out your application. You're going to get an automatic DM. All right. An automatic text message after you apply. You have to respond to that message. If you don't respond to that message, I'm going to ignore you. But if you respond to that message, I hit you back. And we'll talk about it, see where it goes from there. All right, let's get into it. Okay, guys, there's something I wanted to show you guys real quick. I created this prompt. Check this shit out. Okay. Let me share my screen. All right, here we go. So check this shit. All right, so I created this prompt where you can rate yourself. Well, ChatGPT will rate you. So you put in a picture of yourself, like a headshot. My girl took this picture while we was outside. All right, give yourself a headshot, preferably without the fucking sunglasses, but whatever, that's what I had. And a picture of you with your shirt off. All right, I picked this one of me, right? Boom. And then you upload it to ChatGPT along with this prompt, and it's going to spit out, it's going to rate you, right? And tell you what you need to improve, what you can do better. This is for all the looks maxers, all right? And as you can see, man, this shit gave me a 7.5. I think it was being a little generous, because I'm a cooked old unk, right? I think it was being a little generous, but gave me 7.5. Then it rated the body. You know what I'm saying? It estimated my body fat percentage between 8 and 9. That seems pretty fucking accurate. But it's going to tell you exactly what you need to improve on, what you could do better. If you brave, you can get this prompt. Just hit me on Instagram. I don't have it in the description, but if you hit me on Instagram and DM me the word rating or comment the word rating, then I'll send it right to you. I'll DM it right to you. Yeah, so just DM me the word rating. Sorry, hold on. DM me the word rating and I send it right to you. All right. Or comment the word rating on Instagram and I send it right to you. All right. Check that shit out. I thought that shit was pretty cool, man. I put that prompt together for you. You feel me? All right. Oh, wait a minute. Can y'all not hear me? Somebody says the audio's out. What'd you say? I'm good. All right. Hey, yo, man, whoever, Tony, gotta get your shit together, homie. Sound like a skill issue. You know what I'm saying? He can't even hear me. So I could straight clown this motherfucker, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Yo, we got a lot we want to cover today. I kinda want to jump right into it, if you don't mind. Hold on, let me get this shit up. Yeah, I kind of want to jump right into it, man. You know what? I'm gonna let y'all decide. I got a few different things I can talk about today, but you know what? I know fuck it. I'm gonna decide. Let's talk about getting ripped for summer. Let's get it. That was the wrong one. All right, it's summertime. You want to get ripped. You want to get in the best shape of your life. You tired of being fat. You tired of kids laughing at you when you at the beach or the pool. Some of y'all got to wear t-shirts at the pool, looking crazy. All right. You want to finally get ripped and shredded. You don't want to be insecure about your body. You want to be in amazing shape. You want to be proud of yourself. All right. So we're going to I'm going to break down some of the things you need to do to get ripped for summer. All right. Summer optimization shred. Summer optimization shred. The 3 tactical protocols you need to get ripped fast. All right. We're going to hop right into this shit. All right. So, boom. It's almost summer. Right. And it's time to get for real. It's probably considered summer now. All right. So here's the 3 parts of your arsenal. 1, we're going to track our macros, track our calories. 2, we're going to burn more calories. We're going to actually burn more calories, and we'll talk about that. And then 3 was really important. Is we want to preserve the muscle we have. Don't want to mess this up and lose any muscle you have, right? Because some of y'all skinny fat or fat skinny, and you want to hold on to at least some of the muscle, right? You don't want to get all frail and shit. So I'm going to show you how to burn fat and keep as much muscle as possible during this cut. So first thing we need to understand is we need to track calories. Hold on. I want to show you a study. Hold on 1 second. Because there was a study from Duke University where they had people track their calories and they lost weight. Let me find it real quick. Here we go. So the reason why it's important to track your calories, because just tracking your calories, you'll lose weight. Here's a study that was done at Duke University. Right? All they did was have people track their calories. They didn't give them no diet. They didn't give them no diet plan. They didn't give them no workout plan. They didn't have them doing paleo, keto, vegan. They wasn't out here doing Pilates, none of the bullshit. All right. All they had them do was track their calories. Like, hey, fat boy, instead of putting anything in your mouth like a whore, the way you've been doing your whole life, just track it. Just track your calories. And with no exercise, no diet plan, after 9 months, they lost an average of 5 pounds. And you may be thinking, losing 5 pounds in 3 months is not a lot, until you remember that they had no plan. They did nothing. They still track their calories. I've been tracking my calories and macros for over a decade. So when people say it's not sustainable or it's not something that you can do for long term, just know that they think you are a bitch. Because when I hear that shit, I'd be like, not sustainable for who? Maybe your bitch ass. It's not difficult. It's just putting numbers in the phone, man. That's all it is. Just putting numbers in the phone. If you can't put numbers in the phone, you soft as hell. You probably just gonna end up being fat indefinitely. You're gonna keep getting fatter until you die of diabetes. That's your fate. Or you can track your calories, man. Because just tracking calories worked. I can end the video right here. Track your calories. But now if you have a plan, it is going to work a lot better. So what we need to do is track our calories, motherfucker. All right. So yeah, this is just more about the study from Duke. So we want to make sure. All right. So here, but you should have a plan because you're serious about this shit. So here's what I always recommend. Take your body weight in pounds, multiply that by 10, and that's how many calories you should get per day. And just track it. Make sure you get no more than that many calories per day. For example, let's say I weigh about 200 pounds. Let's just say I weigh 200 pounds exactly. That means for cutting, I get 2,000 calories a day. If you follow me on Instagram, you see I post my macros every day. I post a screenshot of my macros every day without fail. Right, 2,000 calories a day, and that's what I'm getting right now because I'm on a cut. Right, and also make sure you get at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight in order to maintain as much muscle as possible. All right, we'll talk about some more things to maintain your muscle later on in this video, but that's all you got to do. I can stop it right now. I can just if you just did that, you get ripped. But none of y'all do it because y'all soft, motherfucking bitches, bitch ass motherfuckers. But check this out. I made it easier for you. I'm gonna make it super easy for you. Here's what you're gonna do. Hold on. I have a prompt for you. Give me 1 second. Let me just find this. I should have had it prepared, but whatever. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Where is this shit? Okay. Oh, here it is. Cool. So I got this prompt. All right. If you want it, well, we'll just make sure I'll show you what it is first. So this prompt, you can turn ChatGPT until, you can train ChatGPT to be your tracker. If you don't want to use MyFitnessPal, because that's what I use, you can just do this. It's not perfect, but it's something. So let me show you how this works. Copy this prompt. All right, hold on. And then open up ChatGPT. All right. Paste this prompt in here, and it works on your phone too. Paste that prompt in there. Boom. And now just tell it what you ate every day. You just tell it what you ate. Boom. Food log. And it's going to keep a running tab of what you ate today. So let me see what's up. Let me go ahead. I'm going to post my breakfast in here. Let me upload my breakfast. Go ahead and upload that. Okay, cool. So this is my breakfast. Load it. All right, so I'm also going to tell it what it is because just give it some help. So this was breakfast. Boom. I had some blueberries. You can eat blueberries on keto. I had some eggs and I had some spinach. All right. And that's my girl. She cooked it. All right. So check this out. Go in here. Yo, this was breakfast. Bowl of blueberries, some kale, and eggs. All right. Boom. Now what it's going to do? Let me show you what it's about to do, man. So it's thinking. All right, cool. Breakfast, boom. Gave me the estimate, man. 8 scrambled eggs, boom, 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 boom. Blueberries, boom, boom. Raw kale, boom. It gives me estimate. Put me in a nice range, you know. Now you don't have to track. You just fucking use AI. I'm gonna put another meal up in here. Let me find another one so you can see it. To be clear, this is not as good. Hold up. To be clear, this is not as good as just tracking it with MyFitnessPal. Like, I don't do this. I'm not a bitch like you. I'm hard fucking core. All right. I keep a fucking mini food scale with me everywhere I go in my little man bag next to the extra mags. And I take it with me to restaurants. Everywhere I go, I have a food scale and I weigh my food and I put it in MyFitnessPal. Yo, bitch ass can do this. All right, let me just find some more food in my goddamn camera roll. I should have had this plan before instead of doing it live. Yo, I'm not perfect, man. I be making mistakes. You don't worry about that, bitch nigga. All right, hold up. Looking for some more food to show y'all. Damn, where's all the food? You know what? Let me just do this. Food. I just search food. All right. I have like food videos and not pictures. All right, cool. Bet. Got one. Now check it out. Oh. All right. Boom. More food. This was some steak and some what they call this shit, broccolini. AI gonna figure it out. Boom. Boom, grilled steak. Boom, broccolini. Figured it out. Boom, and did the macros for me. Now here's the thing: it shows what each meal, each thing you eat. It gives you the macros for each one, and it keeps a running total for the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's the running total. And then if I let me put one more in here. Let me find more food. 1 second. This is insane what I'm about to post. All right. More food. All right, this was me at the plane station. And sometimes I'll tell you what it is. Yo, this is a bunch of sausage, pause, and a plate of eggs. What? Hold up, man. This is a bunch of sausage and a plate of eggs. All right. I'm using WhisperFlow. That's the tool I use to talk about whatever, man. All right. All right. Boom. All right. Most recent sausage. It gave me, all right. So it gave me the calories for this meal, which was a lot because sausage is like that. And then gave me the calories for the day and the macros for the day. Boom. So I'd be over if this was a real thing, right? But whatever. It's not for real. All right. Let me say, all right. End of day. So let's say this was the end of the day, the last meal I had today. Boom. It's going to give me the total for the day. Give me the total, and then everything else is going to be a new day. So now I made it easy for you guys. No excuse. If you want this prompt, hit me on Instagram and comment the word log. My Instagram is King Keto. Just DM the word log to me on Instagram, and I send it to you right away. All right. So that's That's the main part. You got to track your calories, all right? And you want to take your body weight in pounds, multiply that by 10. That's how many calories you need to eat each day. If you do that, you will get ripped, right? And get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So it comes, if you wanted to, you can edit the prompt. You can say something like, tell her what your goal is. And I'll just be like, yo, from now on, you need to understand that I can only get 2,000 calories per day, and I need to get 200 grams of protein per day. So now every time you do the running total for the day, also let me know how many calories I have left and how much protein I need to get. Let me know if I'm over, or also let me know if I'm over either one of those. Whatever. And it's going to remember that. It's going to put that in his memories. All right. You're going to have to add that to the prompt if you so desire. All right. Now that I have a new day up, let's say I put this breakfast in here. You can see this is some my girl cooked. So I had a bowl of berries and strawberries. You can eat berries on keto. Kale, bacon, avocado, eggs. All right. So this is a bowl of blueberries and strawberries, a bowl of kale, some eggs, some bacon, and avocado. Sometimes I just want to help it out so it knows what it is. And now what it's going to tell me is going to, that shit might be over 2,000 calories right there. Boom. Now I'm on a new day. Boom. So it's telling me how many calories, what my goal is, out of protein. Boom. And it told me how many calories I have left and how much protein I still need to get. All right. This is where I can keep the targets in mind throughout the day. Now, MyFitnessPal would just do that shit for you. You could just do it with MyFitnessPal, or you could do it with this, whatever. Hit me on Instagram, DM me the word log if you want this prompt. Okay. Now, let's keep going. All right. The next thing is we have to burn more calories than we can. The next thing is we have to actually start burning more calories. We're already in a deficit with our diet, but if we want to turn it up a little bit, we need to burn more calories through the day. Now, traditionally, the way people would do this is they start doing a bunch of cardio. Maybe they go for a motherfucking run or hop on the elliptical or start jumping rope or something. And all that is fine. But what I really want you to do is think about how many calories you can burn consecutively throughout the day instead of just for like an hour or so while you're training. Right. And it's something called NEAT. So NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis, meaning this is where you will burn most of your calories, like throughout the day, your waking hours. So you want to do things throughout the day to burn more calories. Right. For example, instead of driving where you need to go, if it's walking distance, walk. Instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs. Just always throughout the day, start thinking about burning more calories. And I track how many calories I burn with my Oura Ring, right? If you have an Apple Watch, you can do it, or a Whoop, or the new Google shit that just came out, whatever. These things aren't 100% accurate, but it gives you a good barometer of what you're doing. Right. You can set a goal with it. So I track throughout the day and I look at the Whoop app. All right, how many calories I burn per day? My goal every day is to burn between 3,500 and 4,000 calories per day, according to my Whoop app. Now, I don't think it's really that much, but I know that that's a good goal for me to have. It's a shitload, but I'm not going to do that in one cardio session. Right. I'm going to have to do it throughout the day. So this looks at things like, this is from like taking the stairs, right? Going for walks, random walks throughout the day. If you're driving somewhere, you know how motherfuckers will drive around the parking lot to try to find the closest parking spot? No, motherfucker, go find the furthest parking spot. Right? You're gonna have to kind of think about burning more calories all day, like all day. And because bro, if you run a mile, let's say you just say, I'm gonna run a mile and burn some fat. I'm gonna run a mile every day. Look, motherfucker, the average person burns about 100 calories if they run a mile. Bro, that's nothing. You can get more than 100. You can burn more than 100. I'm sorry, you can consume 100 calories with like a banana, a handful of almonds. Like, it's nothing. So fuck it, don't run the mile. Burn calories throughout the day. Now, a great goal to have, if you're serious about this, is just track your steps. You won't need no other fitness device. If you start tracking your steps, your iPhone does it. I'm sure Android has some sort of functionality like that. Right? You can use your Android to track it. I'm confident of that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know your iPhone will burn the calorie. I'm sorry. I know your iPhone will track your steps. If you do 2,000 steps per day, you will burn fat. You will burn a ton of fat if you did that. I promise you. All right. So, for example, now I remember I said this before in a reel, and Greg Doucette, we all know Greg. We all love Coach Greg. He made a video saying that nobody got time to do 20,000 steps per day. Nobody can do that. And he was like, really talking shit about me, you know? But listen, I love Greg as much as the next guy, but he's not always right. Let me show you. He said nobody got time for that. I want to be clear. That's what he said. Greg said that nobody got time for that. All right. Hold on. Just want to show you this. Nobody except all these people. Nobody except this little white woman. all these tiny women can do it. This white chick in the forest can do it, you know? So just know, like, Greg, listen, if I was you, I would be so... No, not 2,000 steps, 20,000 steps a day, right? Greg Doucette. Okay, let me do that over. Get 20,000 steps a day, you will lose fat. Now, I remember Coach Greg Doucette, he was saying that nobody got time for that. He made a video like kind of talking shit about me because he heard that. He said, nobody got time for that. And listen, I love Greg as much as the next guy. He's phenomenal. We all love him. He's entertaining. He has that funny voice. We all get a kick out of it. But when he said that Brandon Carter's telling you to do 20,000 steps a day, nobody got time for that. He went on Fresh and Fit and said that nobody got time for that. And man, yo, I think it's kind of fucked up that Greg Doucette called you a bitch. He called you a bitch because there's like tiny white women doing it. You know what I'm saying? Every day. Tiny white women. Black nerds. You know what I'm saying? All types of people is doing it. They doing it, man. Look at all these people who are doing it. You know? 20,000 steps per day is not. Oh, that's 2,000 steps per day. I'm sorry. Let me put it on 20. I apologize. 20,000 steps per day. All right, man. Look, man, look at this guy's doing it. You know, we got some more like old white ladies can do it. This old white lady's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got me over here. You know what I'm saying? This old man, well, he's only doing 10,000. This tiny white woman in the forest, she's doing it. These guys are doing it. This chick did it. Is this chick tougher than you? This old lady tougher than you? This middle-aged woman tougher than you? I don't know, bro. You let me know. You know what I'm saying? You let me know. This fat black woman she tougher than you? You know what I'm saying? Listen, it doesn't have to be consecutive, just throughout the day. You know, you can go for a walk in the morning. You can go for a walk during lunch. You know, if you got a job, you can walk after work. Go on a walk with your walk your dog, walk your girlfriend, go hang out with your kids, take your kids to the park, play with them at the park, you know, instead of oh, instead of just watching them play on the bench with all the other fat dads. Start getting active, man. They appreciate that. You can do it. Right? 20,000 steps per day. Right? If you can get 20,000 steps per day and 10% body fat, I'm sorry, if you get 20,000 steps per day and you're eating your body weight times 10 in calories, there's no way you can't get ripped. There's really no way you can't get ripped. I promise you. There's no way you can't get ripped. Right? And personally, I don't like high intensity training. I used to do a lot of that when I was younger. But when I was younger, I did kind of like it, right? It has its advantages. But man, I like slow cardio now that I'm older because it's easier on your joints. It's less it's less impact, lower impact. And I can do it every day. You know, you start sprinting every day, man. You know, it's going to take away from your lifts in the gym. At least when you get in your 40s, like me, you know, it just conserves more energy. I prefer it. All right. Now, we got to make sure that we, okay. Now, we also have to make sure that we retain as much muscle as possible. All right. And there's a few things we need to do in order to accomplish that. One, we have to lift heavy. So a lot of people make the mistake of actually doing lighter weights, thinking they're toning or some dumb shit. No. You want to lift heavier when you're cutting because you have to give your body a reason to hold on to that muscle mass. All right. You got to give your body a reason. So I might lower my reps when I'm cutting. Like I might not hit reps over 8 and I'm lifting as heavy. So when I say between 6 and 8 reps, what I mean is rep 9 should be impossible with perfect form, right? Like I could do more if I'm cheating, but I ain't out here trying to cheat, right? If I can do 8 should be the last rep I can perform with perfect form, all right? And obviously you want to keep your protein high. We talked about it before, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So now we're keeping our protein nice and high and we're lifting heavy. So our body is going to understand that, hey man, we actually need this muscle because this motherfucker out here doing shit. I better preserve some of this muscle because this motherfucker is using it every day. This motherfucker is using this shit every day. So it's going, your body will adapt to whatever stimulus you throw at it. So if you keep throwing heavy weight at it, it's going to understand that it needs to hold on to more muscle to accomplish it. And then you're going to also give it the fuel for it. All right. This is critical. Also, a lot of times you'll hear people say, man, you only need 0.7 or 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Because that's what the studies say. And the studies are true. However, these studies were done in like perfect conditions. And we don't live in perfect conditions. The FDA allows food labels to be off by 20%. So this means if you get a food label and it says it has 10 grams of protein, shit might be fucking 8. It might be 12, but it might be 8. So in order to make up for that 20% loss, what we want to do is overshoot it and go for just 1 gram. And that makes up for the potential 20% loss. Right. But if you're only getting 0.7, think you're doing it. What if your labels aren't right? They're allowed to be wrong. So what if your labels are off by 20%? Now you're not getting enough protein and you're going to fuck around and lose your muscle. So let's err on the side of caution and just get more protein. There's no downside to it. You get what I'm saying? There's no downside to it. Okay. Now, here's where I may lose y'all. If I didn't lose you at 20,000 steps, here's where I may lose you. If you got to cut calories, but you still got to keep your protein high, now you got a choice to make. You can either there's only 3 macronutrients. There's protein, carbs, and fats. And you have to decide, do I want to cut the fats or do I want to cut the carbs? You can do whichever one you want. I really don't give a fuck. I've been keto for 11 years consecutively. That's another thing people say is unsustainable. For who, bitch? Maybe for your bitch ass. I digress. I cut the carbs and get the fat. If you want to cut the fat and do high carbs, go for it, man. I don't care. I do keto because there are other. A lot of people eat tons of carbs and are in great shape because they keep their calories and their protein in order. You can do whatever you want. I do keto because it has benefits outside of body composition, right? It slows down the aging process. That's why I'm 43 and you look older than me and you in your 20s, right? Right. That's why my skin is clear because the keto actually clears up skin. There's mental clarity. It improves cognitive functions. When they put animals on keto, they live longer, healthier lives. Keto's used to treat cancer, all types of stuff, whatever. If you want to eat carbs, go for it. All right. But you got to make a decision because we got to keep the protein high. I don't really care what you do, but just keep in mind there's essential amino acids, which are proteins. There's essential fatty acids, which are fats. There's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate, right? So I'm just like, hey, man, fuck it. But you do whatever you want. If you want to eat carbs, go for it. All right. Another problem with carbs is they're addictive because they're great. Like if you like, hey, listen, man, I get it. I get it. They're delicious, but they're addictive. You're like sugar mimics narcotics, like it addicts your brain. That's why remember that back when they say you can't eat just one potato chip. Of course not, man, because they are addictive. Whereas fats are more satiating. So you do whatever you want. But there are actual real studies that show that when people go on keto or low carb diets, it actually blunts their hunger. It suppresses their hunger rather dramatically. So it makes it easier to cut calories. Whereas typically when your carbs are high, because they're so addictive and they're less satiated, a lot of times, hold up. Pause. Hey, yo, man. Listen, I ain't gonna say nothing because it's Pride Month, I think. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just let it rock. You know what? Do you, man? It's like the 90s. Love whoever you want to love. Live your life, brother. You know what I'm saying? One day I'm gonna grow up. But that day is not today. All right. Okay. What was I talking about? Right. Carbohydrates, they're addictive. So it makes it, for a lot of people, it makes it more difficult to stick to their calories. It makes it more difficult for them to stick to their calories. I don't know. So it's up to you though. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you feel most comfortable with. All right. Now here's another thing you want to stay away from: cheat meals. Cheat meals will fuck your whole shit up. Cheat meals will fuck everything up. Because here's the thing: abstinence is easier than moderation. I have not had a cheat day in almost 4 years. It's been over 3 years, almost 4 years. I haven't had a cheat day, a cheat meal. I ain't even had a bite of something that's off the game plan. And it sounds like I'm being real disciplined. It sounds like, oh man, this guy's super strict. No. That's easier. It's so much easier to say, hey man, I don't do this. But if you keep teasing yourself by reintroducing these foods that are basically vices, right? You're not supposed to have them, so it's basically vices. You keep introducing these vices into your diet, then you keep craving them. Because I remember, man, I remember when I used to actually do cheat days or cheat meals. Let's say I would do a cheat meal on a Sunday. Right? I would notice that on Monday, Tuesday, and sometimes even till Wednesday, I would crave those foods from the cheat meal or the cheat day. And it took way more discipline to stick to my diet after a cheat day. And then by Thursday, I'm finally back in the groove. The cravings went away. And then I fuck it all up by doing another cheat day or cheat meal on Sunday. And I have to go through these cravings again, right? I have to keep beating my cravings. And I went through this charade for years until one day I realized, what if I just stopped doing cheat days altogether? And once I did that, all of my cravings went away. All of my cravings. You know, my girl, she's not keto because she's Dominicana. So well, I ain't never met a Dominican who did keto. But, you know, she be eating all types of shit right in front of me. I have no desire to eat none of this shit. She be eating the dulce de leche. She be eating cake, platanos, arroz con pollo, and all this shit. And I have no desire to eat that because I've abstained from it for so long that the cravings go away. She be drinking alcohol. I have no desire. I'm around people. I'm at my son's birthday party. I'm cutting the cake for the children. Motherfucking adults come through. Want a cake? I'm like, here you go, fat ass. And that's what I'm thinking. I don't say that because I'm a kind person, you know. But I'm thinking it. I'm like, this is why you fat. And then they'll be like, you're not gonna eat no cake. I'm like, I wanna say when they ask me, hey, you're not gonna eat no cake. I want to say, did you just call me a fucking bitch? But instead, I just be like, hey man, you know. I just be like, oh man, no thanks. I'm gonna let you and the children eat this motherfucking food with Sonic the Hedgehog on it. No, bitch, I don't want to eat food with a cartoon on it. I'm an adult male, top of the food chain. All right. But here, I'm gonna give you the slice with Sonic's face on it, ho. Go be fat over there. All right. I don't eat none of that shit. But I'm just telling you, once you abstain from it, all the cravings will go away. This is me. My cravings are super stable because I just abstinence. When you do moderation, like, oh, I'll just have a cheat day. Then your cravings go crazy. Then you find this is you. It's all out of whack. If you just stop doing cheat days, all the cravings will go away. Abstinence is easier than moderation. All right. All right. What is this talking about? All right. I don't remember what this is. All right. But here's the thing. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to track our calories. Right? Boom. This is supposed to say body weight in pounds times 10. Whatever. My slides is fucked up. Just know that's what it says. Body weight in pounds times 10. 1 gram of body weight in pounds. Yeah. Body weight in pounds times 10. You want to get 20,000 steps per day. Lift heavy. Rep range between 6 and 8. Motherfucking 9 reps should be impossible with perfect form. Like you should be able to do it if you cheat, but you ain't out here cheating. All right. 1 gram protein per pound of body weight. 0 cheat meals. So you don't enter that dopamine loop. Right. And you should get in great shape relatively fast. Like honestly, if you do this, you get in great shape relatively fast. Right. The best is to use MyFitnessPal. That's the best thing to use. MyFitnessPal, keep a scale with you everywhere you go like me. You're not going to do that. All right, fine. You can either use the prompt I gave you and just pin that chat to the top of Chat GPT. It'll probably work with Gemini, Claude, or you could use Gronk, but of course, Gronk is going to try to fuck you eventually. That's just the way it works. Gronk is going to try to fuck you and call you a nigger eventually. It's only a matter of time. All right. And what you want to, but I know it works for Chat GPT, even the free version for your broke ass. All right. So that'll work. If you want the prompt, hit me on Instagram, King Keto, and just DM me the word log, and I send it to you, like a food log, right? And I send it over to you. Also, if you want, I'm taking on a few clients for online training that'll help you get in shape this summer. Go ahead and the app does. If you're interested in that, there's an application link, the second link here. Just click on that, and you'll get a text message from me. Respond to that text message, and we'll get it popping. We'll see what's up. All right, let's go. Hey, man, who wants to learn how to make some money? Someone says, what if you want to gain weight? Yo, man, I saw you post that before. Yo, brother, I got mad videos on that. In fact, I posted one like 4 days ago, but it's for body weight in pounds times 20. If you want the cheat code, you know what I'm saying? 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. All right, man, let's make some money. Let's learn to make some money. We're going to bring in Greg with the market update. Let's get it. Oh shit, I gotta add him. Yo, what up, Greg? What's popping?
What's up, Brandon?
Chilling, man. Tell me about these markets, Playboy.
I'd love to. Right now, the market, it just seems tired, but here in Victory Trades, we've got nothing but energy.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Let me give you a screen. Guys, if you have any, before we get started, if you have any stocks, ETFs, crypto, or anything that you want us to look at, you want Greg to actually diagnose for you, analyze, go ahead and leave a super chat and we'll look at it, all of them, all the super chats. All right.
Let's get it.
All right.
So S&P 500, nothing new, all-time highs. Basically every single day we've been making new all-time highs, and that's been the base case. They do not want to let shorts out of this market, and it's creating that perpetual bid. Okay. So one thing I will say is the green line that you see right here, this is the 200-day moving average. And this is important. Whenever we're above it, we're in strong bullish markets, we're in uptrends. But if you ever get too far away from the 200-day moving average, it does make it a bit riskier to be buying stocks up here. We are super extended from the 200-day moving average. If we just came to the 200-day moving average, that'd be like a 10% drop, and we'd still be in an uptrend. Okay, so that's something to consider. I'm not bearish at all. I'm more so neutral for the next 2 months. I think we're going to start to see some summer chop where we're not going to go up too much, but we're not going to go down too much either. I think it's worth it to wait for the dips before getting aggressive. But until then, we have some option strategies that can profit when stocks go sideways. And those option strategies are called credit spreads. So you're basically making money as long as the stock stays above your strike price and finishes above that strike price. Okay. And I'll give you guys some ideas for stocks to do that on. Okay. Crude oil getting a bounce. Okay. And what that's kind of telling us is the market is accepting higher oil prices. That means that the market's just going to be okay with higher gas prices, higher grocery prices, just a general higher cost of living. Get used to it. Okay. So that's kind of what the market is saying right now. Oil prices, before they went on a spike a few years ago, before this spike in 2008, gas prices were like $1 a gallon or whatever the hell they were. But then oil prices spiked and it came down, but gas prices just started to stay higher. So you need to accept that moving forward. And so that tells us that inflation is here to stay. What's the best way to protect against inflation? Owning stocks, owning your own business, finding ways to make extra income, having tangible assets, gold, silver, owning a home, whatever you can do to own more assets. That's your protection against inflation. Okay. So what should we be selling credit spreads on? Well, here's a chart of TSM. I've been saying that this is one of my favorite semiconductor stocks. And we've been profiting off of this. And I still think you can still profit off of this. Now, that's not financial advice. Anything can happen. The markets can tank, but I expect TSM to continue higher. Okay, so you can sell bullish put credit spreads. Here in Victory Trades, we have a butterfly, which is an advanced option strategy. But once you get the hang of it, it's really cool because your risk to reward is phenomenal on a butterfly. So you might be asking yourself, what the fuck is this graph that I'm looking at right here? Well, this is a graph of profit and loss. So the green represents profit, okay, and the red represents loss. The top is the expiration date, and on the left, we have the share price of TSM. We're risking $250 to potentially turn into $1,500. Okay? So risking $250,000 to make $1,500. And all I need is TSM to finish the week up another 3.5%. And I'll get that. If it goes up 5%, guess what? I still double my money. If it goes up 1%, I still double my money if the stock goes up 1% between now and Friday. Now, if it tanks or goes up way too much, that's where I'll lose. So it's kind of like an iron condor, but you get paid a bonus if you hit the bullseye. Okay. So you learn these things in Victory Trades. It's great for traders with smaller accounts that are more precise. Okay. And so that's on TSM. Great move. We're up a hella amount of money.
Come on, man.
It's going super well. I'm trying to be super humble on here. But I'm having a fun time.
Man, show them what's up, man. Tell them what's up.
Speaking of being humble, what did I say about Microsoft? What did we say about Microsoft? Both Brandon and I have been hounding that ass.
We're trying to say pause.
Yeah, pause.
We've
been hounding that.
I ain't been pounding no ass.
You know that's just me. But we've at least been talking about Microsoft.
Yeah, I've been talking about Microsoft.
Yeah.
All that other shit.
Yeah. What happens outside of Victory Trades is separate. But we said, hey, this is a trade worth sizing up on because the setup is so good. What makes this setup good? Well, we have a rally. Okay, that's our impulse wave. We have our digestion. Okay, Microsoft set a new range. Okay, it puts in a higher low pivot, HL, and then we started to break out on what? An increase in volume. This is where you spam call options. Okay, some call options went 10x, some call options went 20x. That's the move. And now, guess what? If you missed Microsoft on the way out, there's a new setup for you guys. That's the beauty of the market. It's selling off because it was overbought so much short term. But if Microsoft sells like another 1% to 2%, maybe even 3%, it should find a good amount of support at that 430 level. Okay. So if you missed calls on the way out, fret not. There's another setup coming up soon. Okay. So I'm giving you guys the plays. This isn't financial advice. Anything can happen. I'm going to be buying Microsoft calls if it gets to 430 again. Okay. So that's Microsoft. We've been talking about copper. Copper is almost at all-time highs. It just nearly tapped it. Are you guys in the copper position? We've been talking about it damn near every podcast.
No, I'm in that copper, man. I've been in it. We've been holding that for a minute.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna hold this until it goes like super crazy, like parabolic. Once you start seeing it on the news, that's where I'm gonna be taking my profits.
Yeah. Once you start talking about it,
yeah. Once people are starting to talk,
the point.
Yeah,
always a good part. Yeah.
So, but that's the key though. You want to be in these plays when it's kind of under the radar, when it's not super hyped up. That's usually going to give you your margin of profit. You know, in terms of software, we talked about the IGV sector going off. Look at this. Look at that parabolic run from the breakout, 20% in 2 weeks. And so now people are talking about software all over like Twitter and YouTube and stuff. They're talking about buying software calls. I'm like, what? Where were you 2 weeks ago? Where were you in Victory Trades? Where were you on the VT podcast?
Yeah.
We talked about Oracle calls over 200. Oracle calls. Boom. Larry Ellison. We were talking about it. Look at that. Oracle pops 25% in 3 days.
Uncle Larry.
Uncle Larry.
It's Uncle Larry.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Uncle Larry doing his thing out here, man.
I'll have to buy him dinner if I ever meet him. He's too busy, though, to deal with goofballs like me. And that's fine. I'll just keep trading his stock. And guess what? If you missed Oracle on the way out, cool. You can catch it on the way back in. 200 is the dip buy spot on Oracle. Okay. Some other quick plays. One thing I wanted to note is I'm going to give you guys a good trading tip or a good like fundamental analysis tip that you can take with you for the rest of your life.
Okay.
Pay attention to insider buys. Okay. A week or two ago, an insider bought like $1 million worth of him stock right around like 22,
he knew something.
23.
He knew something.
He's working in the company. He knows.
Yeah, he knows.
And insiders can sell for multiple reasons. Maybe they need to buy a new house. They need to pay some taxes or just raise cash. But insiders buy for only one reason. They think that stock is going up. They think their stock is going up. So
and they get a discount or some shit, right?
Yeah, they know it's trading below its net asset value. It doesn't mean that it'll go up right away, but over time, it's very, very likely to go up. Okay, so really pay attention to insider buys on the news tab. Whatever you can use AI to help you figure out, hey, what are some of the
how do you find the insider buys, man?
Usually it's just the news tab. I also pay for investment research, so I get that as well. But the news tab, you can use AI and just be like, hey, tell me the biggest insider buys this past week, and just keep wrangling and prompting it. And you'll get some fresh, tickers to trade. But we made money. We made 150% on HIMS calls overnight.
Come on.
Just from that insider buy. I wasn't even expecting to make it that next day.
Not that fast.
Yeah. Most of these plays they're working right away because the market just won't stop. I'm giving myself breathing room, but damn. So knowing that insider buys, think of HIMS. It's in the peptide space as well. Peptide's getting super popular. I think that this could break out and at least test like 34. So that it has another 26% upside. I'm also wheeling HIMS. So I'm long 100 shares and I sold the 29 covered call expiring this week. If it goes above 29, cool. I get called away for a profit. If it doesn't, cool. I get that cash money, do it again next week.
All right.
So many ways to profit. Another quick flip that we made was on FSLY. Stock is up 9% today. Look at this kind of rounded bottom. So this isn't pause. Look at this rounded bottom. We buy rounded bottoms, you guys. Rounded bottom starts to break out of the base. Guess what? It has a rise in volume. People are watching the stock. There's participation in the stock, eyeballs on the stock, and boom, another, almost 100% gain. So, and some people are up even more if they held it a little bit longer. So keep an eye on things like that. Pay attention to what Trump is buying.
You gotta pay attention to what Trump is buying. This motherfucker knows.
You gotta. We've been talking about MP Materials down when it was at 60. Stock is up 21% since that level. Trump owns this. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing doubled, tripled, quadrupled.
And if he tweets about a stock, remember he put Palantir's ticker symbol in the tweet. I ain't never seen that. Not a ticker symbol. Like, you can always count on him to do some corrupt ass shit that we can fucking that we'll be able to to exploit.
Yeah, if you can't beat them, you got to join them. There's not really much that we can do. So it's like, okay, might as well check it out. And Palantir getting a spike in just 3 days. Palantir rallies 24%. These are monster moves. The stock would be lucky to do that in a year. And so the volatility expands. Now it's pulling back. If this drops down to like 145, I might consider a position on PLTR. I haven't really messed with it for a fat minute, but PLTR, if it can drop, to 145, drop another 5%, might buy some call options, So that's another one that I'm looking at. CIFR, I gave you guys this play down when it was at 20. Now it's at 26. Stock is up 30%. We talked about this base. We talked about, hey, it's breaking out. Look, on the rise in volume, and then it sells off on weak volume. Whenever you see a stock break out on high volume, sell off on weak volume, wait for the next breakout buy, and that's your setup. You can risk off of the pivot that it makes, and then boom, we have all-time highs on CIFR. I wouldn't be surprised if the stock rallied another 20, 30% plus by the end of the year. and Victory Trades members are long. We're just chilling. We're up so much. It's just like you don't even have to really micromanage it. You just
Come on now.
kick your feet back and chill.
Yeah.
SPCE. Okay. We traded this. I'm a bit wild. I do like to get on some of these squeeze plays, but I exit. I don't like invest or marry the stock. I'm buying the stock at 450 and selling it at 750. You know, I'm getting a 63% gain on shares in just 2 days.
Come on,
the thing is, though, look, stock is down almost 40% today.
Jesus.
You got to hop out. You got to get out. You got to get out.
You got to get out.
Now, this is actually down like 2 or 3 more days. It's actually worth buying calls again just for like a dead cat bounce. Okay. 30% gain potential on a dead cat bounce, but you got to be precise with that entry. Okay. Let it sell underneath 4. You could maybe even wheel this, you know, SPCE. Look at the premiums. You can get a damn 10% return in 3 weeks if you sell the 4 strike cash secured put. That's a good return.
That's a great return.
Yeah. But you're kind of committed at that 4 level, which isn't support. So, you know, something to think about. That's SPCE. You know, we talked about service now. Trump is buying it. We're buying calls. We had some Victory Trades members turn $250. They're buying calls down here, $250, and they sold the tippy top. That turned into $2,600. 10x their money. Like, that's why you want to buy calls when the volatility is low, when it's consolidating and you expect a big breakout. That's where you get those 10x plays. That's why I don't mess with penny stocks. You can just find these option plays on these.
Yeah, man, don't fuck with the bullshit, man, because the real shit is right here. Yeah,
it's all the same. You know,
I think you got some. Hold on, you got some super chat. I know you got some more stuff you want to cover, but you still cover. You still get into it.
Yeah, I'll get. First of all, I want to talk about how shitty Bitcoin is.
Let's do that. Let's talk about how fucking fucked up Bitcoin is.
Bitcoin sell signal at underneath 72K. Look at what happens when the bear flag breaks. Look at that trend line. It breaks that. That's your short trigger. I didn't take it. Some Victory Trades members did. They're up a lot and they're holding. Yeah. It didn't even find support at that 60, 67, 68K. Bitcoin looks cooked, you guys.
Yeah, listen, I wouldn't be surprised. And what's really fucked up is the rest of the market is doing great.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin, it's just like, yo, people have no faith in this shit.
No.
And I think it's lost support because, you know, I remember I was talking to some years ago, I was talking to some real big, like Bitcoin whales. Like one of this dude I know, he's a Bitcoin whale. And he was like, yo, man, we just all been waiting. We've all been waiting to get to get to 100K. Right. So think about that. If like people who are like the as big as evangelists, they were waiting till 100K. That move has been made, man. I think
it already did. What more do you want?
Like, who's buying it now? It already did it. That was the play. That's what everybody wanted.
Yeah, I remember. And then they got greedy saying, oh, now 1 million, now 250K. Like, hold up. Let's get to 200K before we say 1 million, you know? And again, I don't want to beat up on an asset class. I'm sorry if you're invested in Bitcoin.
I'm sorry for you, bro. You should have sold at the top.
Yeah, you should have joined Victory Trades. We're buying puts on it.
We were shorting that shit.
We were shorting it since 105K. We've been short since 90K. I'm taking profits quickly. I'm not like married to the short. I'm just making a quick buck and getting out. But join Victory Trades. You know, I'll get you straight. Okay. Like, even check out some of these Victory Trades members' wins. Here's Dawson. He just joined a month ago. Already made his membership back.
Come on.
Each trade almost makes his membership back.
Yeah, if you want to trade with us, like if you want Greg's trade alert straight to your phone, and if you want to trade live with us, we trade futures every morning. Join Victory Trades. The link's in the description.
We had a really good morning live this morning. Another profitable day. So there's Dawson. He's making $107. Here's Onk over here. He tripled his money.
Come on,
tripled his money. It was a small size trade. He turned $35 into $100. Nothing crazy, but you know, it just shows any account size. Here's the FSLY calls, 128%. 128%, not putting a lot in, putting in $110. Outcomes 252. That's just today. SMH shares 65% gain, talked about buying SMH at 379 in victory trades. Okay.
Talk to him.
Yeah. We've been on fire. Like, seriously, I'm trying to be super humble with you guys.
Not
Remember
me.
this if I ever go through another drawdown again. Probably happen. But these have been like all the alerts. Like, if you take the smallest size trades, like, boom, here's $75, here's $46, $33, $156 on Microsoft, 73% gain on ServiceNow, 9% gain, 50% gain. Like, these are all alerted trades. Here's Wolf. He made 540%, turned $50 and made a $270 profit.
Come on, man.
Off of $50.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Here's PJ. He's trading futures. He made $385. He's making $185 on NBIS. We've been talking about NBIS. That stock continues to make all-time highs. Continue to buy dips. And if you don't know if your entry is all that good, you got to sell credit spreads. We teach you how to do that in victory trades. But 230.
Wait a minute, man. Show some of the futures trading this morning.
Oh, I'd be more than happy to.
We trade futures live every morning.
There's so much winning. Like, I can't even like cover
you
it
forget
all.
how much you win.
Like, I literally can't even cover it all. I had a small green day on my funded accounts. Nothing crazy. Here's Jacob over here making $215.
Yeah.
Here's Brandon, 190, 215.
Come on, man. I did like I think the total was like 3K or something. So what you see here is I'm trading with 20 funded accounts, right? And I use a trade copier. So like I trade with one. So when I make one trade, it hits all the accounts, and it's different prices because they had different fills. It was like market orders, and it was just different fills and different liquidation spots. You know. But yeah,
I would say every other day, Brandon, you're sniping the low of the day.
Yeah, so that was one trade today, like $3,000.
Yeah, that's a solid day in 1 hour. $3,000
1 hour,
1 hour,
man. Yeah, I was only on for 1 hour. Like I trade for 1 hour, 9:30 to 10:30.
1 hour. I usually stay on like an hour and a half, 2 hours, but it depends on the schedule in the day.
Yeah. Here's Prezi, man. Prezi
5.4K on one account. He's following Brandon's trades. He's following Brandon's trades.
He has a slightly different strategy, but he's killing it.
Oh yeah, he's crushing.
Somebody asked how you get it. It's called Victory Trades. The link is in the description.
Yeah. Once you join Victory Trades, just link your Discord ID in WAP. Okay. And then that'll give you Victory Trade status. That's what's going to help you unlock the reports. So I give like a daily report of all the trades, what's going on in the market, what happened today, what I expect to happen. You got the trade alerts over here. I'm saying, hey, I'm buying. Hey, I'm exiting. You know, here's some trades. MP take profits. Manage yourself if you want. You can go for max profit. Some people do that. Gosh, there's just so many wins. Here's the Bitcoin puts of $500. We've been talking about Bitcoin shorts. Better short than long.
Bro.
Here's PJ today, made 685. 685 today. Here's G Tomo, $100 every day. Consistency. Here's Prezi, 5.1K.
Come on.
385. Like, we're on a really big hot streak, and I just want you guys to participate with us. You know,
fuck with us.
Like it doesn't have to be a zero-sum game. Let's win together.
Yeah, man. All right, I think you got some super chats, Greg.
Let's break them down. Greg, what's the best paper trading platform? You can simulate trade and paper trade on NinjaTrader with futures. Yeah. That's what we do. And I have videos on how to set that up in the futures course that comes with Victory Trades. You get a beginner course, options course, and futures course. I show you how to set that up. You can trade past dates, and you can also trade live simulated. Okay, so that's a great way to practice with no risk, build up your skill. Get used to the platform, set up your brackets, and then it's as simple as Brandon says, finger on the trigger.
Yeah, I tell, hey, man, guys, put your finger on the trigger, man. We're going long. And I tell them when I'm going in now. Boom, now. Everybody makes money.
Yeah, 10 seconds later, money transports into my account.
I got how it works.
So cool. Like, it's a great time to be alive, you guys. Take advantage of these opportunities. The getting's not always good. And so you got to rack it in when it's raining. Okay. You got to rack it in when it's raining.
That's a
fact. Other simulators, Thinkorswim by Charles Schwab. This is my main broker. You can simulate trade futures, options, stocks on the on-demand feature. So you can also practice in time here on Thinkorswim. TradeStation has a really good simulator. Interactive Brokers has a simulator. Webull has a simulator. Robinhood doesn't have a simulator. They should.
They don't.
They don't. They don't. Speaking of Robinhood, Hood stock took off past few days. Hood, if this breaks above like 93, it could test like 100. Small little trade idea there. But yeah, those are the main simulators.
I think you got another super chat.
Let's get it.
No, am I tripping? No, he doesn't. All right.
That's cool. Well, I'll leave you guys with some final thoughts. Some stocks that still have room to run that aren't hella overbought. Honeywell, if this could digest sideways for a bit, I think Honeywell can get all-time highs later this year. So it's at 235. I think this can get to 260 to 280 by the end of the year. Okay. Honeywell. Caterpillar. Cat. This is a beautiful chart formation. This looks like it's ready to break out to all-time highs. Just let the volume start to come in. The problem is the options are, decently expensive. I got a trade on right now, but if you could grab some credit spreads, some call debit spreads, shares, and you risk off of 850, I think the stock can go up 10 to 20% from this flag. Okay. So that's another trade idea. As always, if you guys are in victory trades, I'm just going to alert you.
Bro, you're just getting straight to the crib.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's not advice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing. That's all.
All right. Yo, thank you so much, young candlestick.
You got it, Brandon.
That's
I'll
what's
see you
up,
tomorrow
man.
morning.
For sure, man. See you.
Go crush it.
All right. Cool. All right, guys, man. I think there's some super chats I need to respond to. I answer all super chats again. All your super chats, they're for a good cause. Right, they go towards thought repellent. We want to have this out by hopefully this summer. You know, even have it because it's the thought breeding season. You got to stay away from them, so they don't ruin your life. They're gonna try, right? So hopefully we'll have enough super chats to get to release thought repellent to the public. All right. Well, what was the first super chat?
We have D-Doc, King Keto. I am someone trying to get in shape and assist other men in losing weight. Where should I begin the certification process? Thank you.
What up, man? You don't have to get certified to be an online trainer. You have to get certified to train people in person because most gyms kind of require you to have a certification, but that's more for insurance reasons. There's no law that says you need to be certified to train people. Some of your favorite influencers ain't trainers. Like I've helped over 15,000 people grow their online fitness businesses, and most of them aren't certified. One of my students, man, this chick, man, her and her husband kind of run the business. She did $110,000 last month. Never been certified, so you don't need it. I mean, I'm not telling you not to either. If you want to do it just cause, but just know you're doing it just cause. A good place for you to start would be hit the link in my description. There's a free ebook and a free guide that kind of breaks down the business and shows you how to actually accomplish the goal and what it takes. I think that's like the best part for you can start for your education, because even if you get certified, they won't tell you how to make money, right? So like learn how to make money as well. All right. What else we got?
We have David. Morning, Unc. Just applied to your online training. I seem to can't respond to the text. Already sent you a DM via IG. Hopefully we can sort this out.
Yeah, I saw your text. And I responded to you already. I texted you back like while we were on the call because I saw that. David, right? Yeah, I see it. And I responded to you. So I don't know why you can't respond to me. That's unusual. Something going on your end. Because I talk to people all the time, but try again, and I'll look on my Instagram. But yeah, David said that because I'm taking on a few online training clients, right? I always keep a handful, and I'm taking on a few this summer. If you would like me to train you this summer 101, go ahead and click the link in the description. It's the second link, and you're going to, as soon as you apply, you're going to get a text message. That first text message is automated, but I get all the messages. And if once you respond to that first message, then I'll hit you back and then we can talk about it. All right. Links in the description. All right. What else?
We have Martin. Thanks, Brandon. I bought my food scale and got my fitness pal going. How do you know what President Trump is buying in stocks?
Greg tells me most of the time. I wish we would have asked Greg that question. He could have locked it on. You know what I'm saying?
Greg is in the chat, so he'll probably see this.
Yeah. But Trump will fucking just tweet it. Like he tweeted that Palantir was a good company, but he tweeted the ticker symbol. Like we never see. He tweeted the ticker symbol, and Palantir, they make all their money from government contracts, like exclusively. Not all of it, but the vast majority of it. So like he must have knew something. He'll do that shit, man. He'll just start tweeting about a company. He doesn't go on Twitter. He goes on Truth Social. So I guess they're truths. And it's not as easy as you may think, right? Because, so let me show you, man. So this motherfucker is clearly insane, right? But this type of shit he posts, so you got to thumb through all the bullshit. Like he's posting shit like this. Alfred E. Newman, like he's posting a bunch of bullshit all day, nonsense, and you got a lot of ads here on Truth Social, and you got to comb through it to see what the fuck. What the fuck this dude is talking about. You got to keep combing through it. It's a bunch of bullshit. He's tweeting like, yo, all this was within the last 20 hours. All this scrolling I did in the last 20 hours. He goes nuts, and you got to comb through it. I think I'm going to build a tool that just tracks when he's talking about stocks. I think that's when I'm going to do that. 50th state, he's just talking crazy. 51st state. There was the other day, man, he was going nuts on here. Again, still within the last 24 hours. All the scrolling I did. You know what I'm saying? Still within the last 24 hours. Like, this would be a full-time job for me, doing this much tweeting. But you got to comb through it, looking for when he's tweeting about a certain stock. And if you follow certain fucking babies, I don't know what this stuff is. He's just out here, man. You got Glenn Beck, some AI slop. Yeah, eventually, I don't know what the fuck this is. Oh, Jackson Dart from the. Yeah, eventually you'll find it, but you got to comb through that shit. I was thinking, I was telling Greg, I was thinking about building like an AI tool that will allow me to just get notified when he talks about a stock so I can miss all the bullshit. All right. Oh, what else we got?
That's all for now.
Okay. All right. Man, I got to get out of this. It's just brain rot right here, man. Like, this is the type of shit this motherfucker tweets, man. Him, George Washington, and an eagle. Just, random shit. You know what I'm saying? Him on the. Look at this fucking bullshit. Him on the Mount Rushmore. He added himself. What the fuck is this? You're getting discombobulated. This is our president. Doesn't that fuck with you like as a mammal? Doesn't this like fuck with you that like this is what your president is posting? Here he is again on Mount Rushmore. Yo, this doesn't fuck with you. No, but this is not real. This like as a mammal. This kind of fucks with me, man. I'm not a big fan. He's still talking about Biden. Man, yeah, I gotta get out of there, man. That shit fucks with my that shit doesn't make me happy. Hey, I came up with this prompt. I was talking about it earlier. Those of you guys who are in the looks maxing and shit, I'm gonna help you out, man. All right, so I made this prompt. Boom. So it's kind of a long prompt. If you want it, just comment. Hit me on Instagram. Comment the word. What word did I have on here? Comment the word rating. All right. So check this out. You upload a picture of your face. My girl took this picture. I probably should have did one without sunglasses on. A picture of my body, shirtless, looking shredded. All right. Boom. And then I put this prompt in here, and it spits out an AI assessment of your looks. Right. It gave me a 7.5. That might have been a little generous, but I had the sunglasses on to hide how cooked I am, right? But it said my potential is 8. I can get to 8, and it analyzed my body fat percentage, which I think is pretty accurate. It said my current condition 8.7 out of 10. It showed, and it gave a bunch of details, things I can do to improve, things I need to work on. Boom, yo, try this prompt out. I couldn't post it here, but just hit me on Instagram and DM me the word ratings, and I send it right to you. It's kind of a long prompt. All right. Tell me what you get. or just hit me on Instagram, comment the word ratings, and I send it right to you. Okay, what are we gonna talk about now? Oh yeah. Kind of wanted to talk about biohacking. Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, wait, there's a super chat. Hold on. What they saying?
This is David, the guy that tried to respond to your text. I'm Australian. What? I see your text, but can't reply.
That's insane, David. You should be able to reply. I got to see what's up. I don't know why that is, because I be talking to people all the time. Let me know. I get a lot of DMs on Instagram. Let me know what your Instagram is.
He sent his Instagram already. I took a screenshot.
You got a screenshot? All right. I'm going to hit you on the gram, David. It must be an Australian thing. Fucking, you got that koala wireless. You know what I'm saying? Eucalyptus maxing. All right. Shout out to Australia, though, man. It's motherfucking winter there now. Ain't that crazy? It's insane. All right. Let's talk about some fucking biohacking. I'm about to tell y'all a lot of stuff I do for biohacking that gives me more energy, better cognitive function, and improved performance. To give you some context, I'm 43 years old, and I'll beat the shit out of almost all of y'all. Okay. But a big part of it is the biohacking. I'm gonna break down everything for you. I'm not gonna gatekeep nothing. All right. So let me just go through my whole strategy. Got this presentation for you. All right. So yo, listen, I might need to just say this, what I'm about to say, before I give you everything. That was a reminder for me to warn. Before we get started, none of this is medical advice. Don't do nothing I say. Consult your physician before you do any of this. I'm just a fucking guy. All right. Don't do nothing I say. All right. All right. Listen, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Okay. What I'm about to tell you is for people who want to be the best they can be, and they don't mind cheating. And it's not really cheating if you're being honest about it. All right. I'm being honest. I'm laying it all out. But listen, a lot of stuff I'm going to tell you is going to sound extreme. And people are going to be like, man, you shouldn't need this. You shouldn't need that. I don't need shit except for food, water, and shelter. Everything else is just to amplify things. Everything else is just to make things to improve as much as possible. All right. So Here's a few things I'm doing. It starts off, my biohacking routine starts off at 5:30 in the morning. All right. 5:30 in the morning. The night before, I mixed up a bottle of pre-workout. All right. Between 300 and 400 milligrams of caffeine. Boom. All right. I laid next to it something called Broncaid. Broncaid, its main ingredient is something called ephedra. When I was younger, in the 90s, when I was a kid and I first started working out, every fat burning supplement had ephedra in it because it really works. It blunts your hunger. Like, it dramatically suppresses hunger, and it gives you a ton of energy. Okay. And it helps with fat loss. And I take it in the morning because I'm typically not eating as soon as I wake up, especially in the summer because I'm cutting, right? You take that with the caffeine, you will be awake immediately. All right. Now you can't, for whatever reason, they made it illegal to put ephedra in bodybuilding supplements, but you can still get it. You just got to go to the store, get this stuff called Broncaid. All right. In the Broncaid, you just get it. You got to go to the pharmacy. Just show them your ID. You don't need a prescription. Just get a check your ID. So make sure you're not breaking bad. Say, yo, let me get some of that Broncaid though, and she gonna hand it to you. All right. So I take this first. I take this and some pre-workout first thing in the morning. This is before I urinate. Anything. I walk straight to get to the caffeine immediately. Then I also drink some element tea mixed with waters. This has electrolytes and hydration immediately. I get the watermelon flavor, but that's probably a genetic predisposition. Right? This is how I start off. Start off with drugs as soon as I wake up. Caffeine, ephedra. All right. And this is going, because I get it popping as soon as I wake up. All right. The next thing, the first thing I eat is probably some sardines. So I eat sardines pretty much every day. Not so much when I'm cutting. Sometimes I don't eat it when I'm cutting, but I'll eat most days. I eat sardines. That's my first meal. My second meal is usually some eggs, maybe like I'll eat a bowl of berries. You can eat berries on keto. I've been keto for 11 years. Bowl of spinach, right? But I don't eat carbohydrates almost all day. And the reason is, one, I've been keto for 11 years, but I just noticed that I really feel like ketogenic diet is the best biohacking diet there is. So there's actually someone asked my LMT sponsor. No, I'm not, but they need to. They need to sponsor. You ever notice they don't sponsor no black people? You ever notice that? People are saying that they racist. That's what people are. I ain't said it. Matter of fact, I might be the only person who said it publicly, but now it's too late. The cat's out the bag. The only way they're going to be able to beat these racism allegations is to give me some money. Because if they give Big Brandon Carter some money, then they'll be like, oh, of course LMNT's not racist. If they do nothing, well, maybe we can blackmail them into giving me some money. Let's see if it works. All right. I think ketogenic diet is the perfect I think the ketogenic diet is the perfect biohacking diet because one is going to give you more energy over time. At first, you're going to be weak. There's an adaptation phase. At first, you're going to be weak because your body has to learn to not use glucose as fuel, right? And when you eat carbohydrates, your body converts those carbohydrates into glucose, and that's like the fuel that your body's running off of. In the absence of glucose, your liver will produce something called ketones. These ketones will be the new fuel your body runs off of. But here's the thing. Ketones are a cleaner burning fuel than glucose. Because here's what happens with glucose. When you ever notice when you get tired after you eat a big meal, you eat a bunch of food, you get tired? Well, the reason that happens is because when your blood glucose levels go above 110, your pancreas will immediately secrete a hormone called insulin. Right? And that insulin's job is to flush out the excess glucose so you don't die, right? Like you can die from that. But the problem with that is when it flushes out all that glucose, it does it indiscriminately and it does as much as it can find. And it even takes it from your brain. And this is why a lot of y'all get tired and sluggish after you eat. It's because of the insulin response to the glucose. That doesn't happen to me. That doesn't happen to me. I can eat food all day and I feel fucking great, have energy, and don't get tired. Right. This is why this is the main reason that's the main reason I've been keto for 11 years. Because you can get ripped, you can be in great shape whether you eat carbs or not. There's plenty of people who are in great shape and eat carbs. I do it because I have more energy. But it also has some other benefits. Also has a lot of other benefits. Studies show that when you're on ketogenic diet, studies show that when people get on ketogenic diet, it clears up any acne they may have. It's really good for your skin. Studies also show that what was I about to say? Studies also show that the ketogenic diet actually improves immune system. I haven't had a cold in about 11 years. Haven't been sick, nothing. Like I've been, when I'm around my son, kids get sick all the time. He be sick, sneezing on me and shit, wiping his hands with his fucking nose with his hands and then fucking touching me. I don't get sick at all. My girl, she used to get sick. She kind of stopped getting sick recently. She used to get sick all the time. I'd be right next to her. Nothing. It's like nothing. She had COVID 3 times. Nothing. I ain't even test positive. And there's a lot of studies that corroborate this, at least in animal studies. There's a lot of animal studies that show that they don't have enough studies on humans. But this ketogenic diet is used to treat a lot of disease. People are using. There's a lot of hospitals that use the ketogenic diet to actually treat different sorts of cancers, different illness. It was actually invented by doctors to treat children with epilepsy. All right. And I don't want to just make this a whole keto thing, but I think you should understand, we're talking about biohacking. I can't think of nothing better than the ketogenic diet, to tell you the truth. You can still build muscle on keto. Studies show that as long as calories and protein are the same, there's no difference in how much muscle someone can build on keto or if they eat carbs. Like literally no difference. In fact, some studies say, people don't like to hear this, and people will try to tell you differently. There's a good amount of studies that say that you could actually burn more fat, but I don't even want to get into that. Let's just say it's the same. Whatever. It's not even about burning fat. There's studies that show that ketogenic diet actually increases testosterone. And there's a bunch of studies. People always say it lowers your testosterone. I don't know why these motherfuckers just be lying or just saying anything. You don't need glucose to make testosterone. It's bullshit. You don't need carbs for anything. If you want to eat carbs, that's cool. I'm just telling you what I do. But there's essential amino acids, protein. Essential fatty acids, fat. No such thing as essential carbohydrate. Right. And your inflammation will be low. My man said it over here. Yeah, your inflammation will be low. And most illness comes from inflammation. If your inflammation is low, it's difficult to get sick. Difficult to sick. Studies show it. Mm-hmm. Someone said the study showed the ketogenic diet isn't good for you. All right, I didn't want to have to do this. Show me a study. Because let's go study for study. I didn't want to have to do this. You left me no choice. You left me no choice. Let's go. Here we go. Let me bring it back up, man. What'd she say? Studies show the ketogenic diet isn't good for you. All right. Hey. All right. Here's a study that shows the ketogenic diet improves the immune system. 1. I can do this all day, man. You can read that on your own. You copy of it. You know what I'm saying? Ketogenic diet extends. Well, this is an animal study, but it extends lifespan and health span. Ketogenic diet improves cognitive function. Hold on, let me go ahead and accept the cookies. Improve cognitive function. This is an animal study, but whatever. We test everything on animals first. There's a study that shows that the ketogenic diet improves cognition in aging mice, whatever. Here's another study. Keto can improve endurance for endurance athletes. You don't need glucose for anything. Once you adapt, though, that's secure. Once you adapt, you know what I'm saying? Keto can improve endurance with athletes. A ketogenic diet improves testosterone levels. Ketogenic diet, it's safe to do for a long period of time. It's a study. Administering ketogenic diet for a relatively long period of time did not produce any significant side effects in patients. Boom. Right. So it's right there. I mean, it's right there. You know, how many more y'all need? I can literally do this for the next hour. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's good content or not. But I definitely can do this shit for another hour. Ketogenic diet improves acne. You know what I'm saying? Ketogenic. This study shows that young men added more lean mass on the ketogenic diet than they did on a high carb diet. Here's a study right here. I can literally do this shit all day, but I don't think that's good content, so I'm gonna chill. All right. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, let me get this off the screen. Meat causes inflammation. Okay, so I don't think you understand what the ketogenic diet is, man. Keto, you don't have to eat. You can do you can be vegan and be on keto. Yeah, it's just a macronutrient ratio. So you saying that I don't mean it's in a disrespectful way, but it just tells me you don't know what the ketogenic diet is, right? You just there's vegetarians who do a ketogenic diet. There's vegans who do keto, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. It's just you don't. I encourage you to look into it more. I'll leave it like that to say it in the most respectful way. Right. So anyway, it's the best. It's literally the best biohacking diet. So that's how my diet looks. Now, we talked about this before, right? So when you guys are eating like bullshit, diet's the most important thing. When you eat, let's say you're eating bullshit, cereal, muffins for breakfast. when your blood glucose levels go above 110, boom, your pancreas secretes insulin, and that makes you tired. Boom. The medical term for this is the itis, where you get brain fog and fatigue. For me, my shit stays pretty much stable, unbroken. And this allows me to work longer and harder. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very important. But that's what I do, right? Now, I do some other stuff as well. Again, I am 43 years old. And right before I turned 40, I got my testosterone tested. And it was still in the normal range, but it was at the low end of the normal range. Probably what's normal for a guy who's like 38, 39. It was in the normal range, but at the low end of the normal range. My doctor said, hey, you could wait till this becomes a problem and then get on TRT, or we can turn it up and get you at the high end of the normal range, right? And I had already did everything else right because I was already in great shape. I look pretty much the same as I am now, as far as body fat and as far as body composition is concerned. And I said to my doctor, hey man, let's turn it up. And now I'm still my testosterone is still at the normal range, but it's at the high end of the normal range, which is above average for my age, 43. But I do testosterone. I take testosterone prescribed by a doctor and overseen by medical professionals. Just started some peptides, right? So right now it's tesamorelin, BPC 5-1 to help with injuries. I'm probably gonna start some more peptides after this. I also inject vitamin B3 3 times a week. because I just did some blood work and they just noticed that I can do a little more of that. What's not on here is I also take what's the shit that starts with a G? Fuck. I forget the name of it. I meant to write it down in this presentation. Is it it's not glucosamine. Fuck, whatever. I'm just leave it out. But these are like what I'm injecting right now. I made tesamorelin is cool, but I think I'm going to try Retta. I've never tried it before, so I think I'm changed to Retta, and that's the only peptide I'm taking right now. That may change, and just seeing what the effects are. I didn't really notice much with the tesamorelin. I'm gonna be honest with you. One of my boys, though, he noticed a lot, and I think it's because I'm so dialed in with my diet. I track my diet and my calories every day. I've been doing that for over 10 years. I post my macros and my calories every day on Instagram. I take a screenshot of my fitness pal and I post it on my story. Just keep me accountable. And I think I'm so dialed in. But I didn't really notice anything, but one of my boys has been taking it and he does not track his calories, and he noticed that he lost fat and he got more ripped. So I think antidotally, what I think happens with tesamorelin is if you're already dialed in, you won't notice a big difference. Right. But if you're not dialed in, I think you will notice a big difference. I'll let you know I'll let you know what retatrutide does later. Right. But that's pretty much the stack right there. Right. Now I'm about to get even crazier with the biohacking. Again, I do all this under medical supervision. Don't be out here doing none of this on your own. I get my blood work done every 90 days, echocardiograms, check my cardiovascular system, everything. All right. Just to be clear, I don't want you doing this shit on your own without a medical professional. Like, I'm serious about that. All right. But for me, I take about 1,000 milligrams of caffeine per day. Now that's a lot. That's a lot. And I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to do any of this. Matter of fact, don't do none of this. But I take more than about 1,000 milligrams of caffeine every day. But I've been taking caffeine for a long time. I built up a tolerance. Right. So I probably need more than that to feel. You probably don't need this much to feel the same effect as me. Right. But I take a lot of caffeine. Now, every time I say this, people say, "Oh man, you're gonna have a heart attack." Man, I have had echocardiogram not long ago, EKG, heart health perfect, exquisite. Right, my cardiovascular system is perfect. You might get fucked up off it. That's why you don't have to do it. But I take a lot of caffeine, and caffeine I don't need it. Again, people say, "Man, you don't need it." Listen, the only thing I need is food, water, and shelter. This is about optimization, Playboy. All right, optimization. Also, when I'm working on something, when I need to get some deep work in, I will put on a nicotine patch. So nicotine has been proven to increase cognitive function, right? And it'll help you like focus, right? So I'll get a nicotine patch and I'll wear that while I'm working for sure. Right? It helps a lot. And if I really need to, I'll take Adderall. I have a prescription, right? I'm also always careful with this. This is not something I want to take every day because of its addictive nature, right? But this shit, if you want to get some work done, you take Adderall, you will get that work done. The problem with Adderall, one, is addictive, right? Two, it really suppresses hunger. So I remember there was a time in my life I was taking it every day, and I definitely got addicted. And I had to kick the habit. But during that time, I just wasn't eating enough, and I got down to like 170 pounds, like a crackhead. Like I weigh 200 pounds now, like 205. But I was like 170. Just I wasn't eating enough. Another thing is, whatever you do, whatever you're doing when you take Adderall, you are going to be doing that thing for the next 6-7 hours. I don't care what it is. You will do that thing. So I remember once, the first time I took Adderall, I was like, man, I got a lot of work to do. My boy gave me some Adderall. And I was like, all right, I took it. And I was like, you know what, man? Let me just straighten up the house first. Nah, man, I deep cleaned that shit. I couldn't stop cleaning. And once, this was like, I don't know, 15 years ago, back when YouTube, there was this thing where chicks were like twerking on YouTube. It was like, listen, that might have been in your algorithm, but that was mine. And I was about to get some work done. And then the twerk video came on. Nah, spent 7 hours doing that shit, man. I spent 7 hours doing that shit. So now, if I'm going to take it, it's not even every week. It's not even every month, right? It's kind of, I wait for emergencies. I get ready, 100% ready. I use the bathroom. I get my water ready, for my desk. You know what I'm saying? I get everything ready. Get the whatever programs I'm using, everything's ready. Then I take the Adderall and start working. Just to be clear, that's something you need to be cognizant of that, right? But this is just for emergencies, emergencies. I don't use it every week, not even every month. All right. So yeah, this is kind of what it looks like, man. Caffeine, 1,000 milligrams a day. Boom. Ephedra, 2 to 3 times a day via bronchitis. So I'll take this with the caffeine, especially when I'm working or when I need to work out. Nicotine patch. I get the max dose. The max dose. Sometimes I have a nicotine patch and a Zen going hard. All right. Adderall situation only when I need it. You know what I'm saying? Only when I need it. And that's basically, okay. Now there's one more thing there's nothing I take, creatine. Now creatine is one of the most studied supplements of all time. It's been proven to build muscle. I think something like 90% of Olympians are on creatine. And to build muscle, you only need like 5 grams. That's it. All right. I take between 10 and 20 grams per day, and not for muscle and not for to build my muscles, because once you take high doses, it's been proven to actually improve cognitive function, elevate your mood, right? And really just improve performance in kind of all areas, right? But the thing is, 5 milligrams, 5 grams only affects your body. When you take high doses, it will cross the blood-brain barrier, and that's where you get the mood elevation and the cognitive function. And it's safe to take it this day, right? 10 to 20 milligrams a day, every day. And there's been some studies that show that when people get lack of sleep, if they take 20 milligrams of caffeine that day, they have no negative cognitive effects. I'm not telling you to do that, but imagine if you get enough sleep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like you need to start creatine maxing, like max dose of creatine. All right. Another thing I do is I'm really serious about my sleep. It sounds crazy after I take all them all them stimulants, but I'm super crazy about my sleep. So I have a nighttime routine, and I have some supplements I take at night. At night, I'll take magnesium, L-theanine, ashwagandha, and I take this stuff called Unisom. Unisom is basically Tylenol PM without the Tylenol, just the part of the Tylenol PM that makes you tired. All right. And so this is like the sleep stack. Maybe call it 20-30 minutes before I go to bed. The room is pitch black, blackout curtains, the whole 9. I keep my room as cold as my girlfriend will tolerate it, but here's the real cheat code. Oh, also take a shower before bed. Studies show that people get more REM sleep and deep sleep because if they take a shower before bed. All right. Also, I had this thing called a chili pad. This is that shit. Okay, so a chili pad is like a mattress cover, and it's connected to this contraption. And in the contraption, you fill it up with some water. That contraption will chill the water up and run it underneath that mattress pad all night. So whatever temperature you set that mattress pad at, it'll stay like that the whole night. So you know how it feels when you flip over your pillow and you got the cool side? Okay, imagine that all night. Now imagine that your whole body instead of just your head. Yeah, you feeling me? You feeling me? Yo, so I track my sleep with my Aura ring. It tracks how much deep sleep I get, how much REM sleep I get, and I get way more deep sleep and REM sleep when I have the chili pad, right? So this has really helped me out a significant amount. Right, that's the sleep zone, I'm good on 7 hours of sleep in the night. Like that's all I need. You may need more. You may be younger than me. Odds are you're younger than me. The older you get, the less sleep you need. I don't know if you guys know that's like a thing. And also I track that. I get like 2 hours of deep sleep, 2 hours of REM sleep. If I get that, I feel great. Even if it was just 4 hours. Like sometimes I fuck around. I wake up early. I only slept 5 hours, but I got 2 hours of REM, 2 hours of deep. I feel great. Right. You know, it's not necessarily about it's not just about the quantity of sleep. A lot of it is about the quality of sleep. Because you can sleep 9 hours, but if it's not REM and deep sleep, you're still gonna feel like shit. You get what I'm saying? All right. Okay. Also, zero. I don't want to talk about this. I'm gonna leave that alone. Leave that alone. Yeah. So this is basically the protocol. I get real serious about my recovery. I'm super strict about my diet, super keto, no days off, no cheat days, no cheat meals, strict keto, 11 years in a row, high stimulants and injectables. Tons of injectables. That's my entire biohacking stack. It may change. I'm thinking about adding some peptides to it, experiment with them. I will keep you posted on that. All right. Yeah, so like if you want to learn how to burn fat and get in great shape, I got some more videos that you should go check out to see what's up with that. All right. I think we have some super chats and then we got to get out of here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. We got some super chats.
Oh, yes, we do. We have Kels. If a young person plans to start an online business, what savings target would you recommend? Approximately 100K?
Hold on. I gotta answer this text message. All right. What can you repeat the question?
Who we texting?
Nah,
If
that's
a
the
young
homie.
person, what?
Never mind. Go ahead.
If a young person plans to start an online business, what savings target would you recommend? Approximately 100K?
I don't know if I understand the question. What do those two things have to do with each other? Like, I think I just kind of like. Does he mean? Maybe I
So if
misinterpreted
a
it.
person wants to start a business, do you recommend him or her having 100K saved up? Should they have
Before he
100K
starts, or like
before they start?
oh man, I mean, it depends on what the business is, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends on the business. Are you doing it full time? Do you still got a job? Like, there's more variables. Where do you live? You know, what are your expenses? Do you got a family? Like, there's so many variables that it's kind of difficult to answer that question for real. I mean, I didn't have 100K when I started my first business, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people don't have 100K. Like, the average American has less than $1,000 in savings. You know, motherfuckers living hand to mouth. So I don't think I can answer that question without knowing the variables. I can tell you some old bullshit, but I don't think I can answer that question. You know.
We have Luki. Brandon, I'm more than ready. Finished the deep work book and now
Nice.
calculating making some personal financial shifts to be able to 110% get in a spot training with you. Every
Nice.
day I am feeling more motivated and see the journey.
Let's get it, man. Shout out to you, brother. Awesome, man. I'm excited to work with you, player.
We have Withers is cold. Big B, can you please thoroughly explain over the different things categorized between your operations account and baller account? Like what would supplements be in?
Supplements would be in operations. Depending on, yeah, I think I would put supplements because it's, you know, my fitness is so important to me. Supplements would be in Operations for sure. Like a baller account is like just we having fun, we doing bullshit, we fucking around, you know.
Is it a want versus a need thing?
Well, it's like you don't need supplements, but I don't think it should go in a baller account either, right? Because for me, supplements are super important because I need to be in shape to do my job. It's a big part of who yeah, it's operations. It's operations. I can't think of no other way where I can't think of no version of reality where supplements were not in operations. Right? Because that's where your vitamins would be, right? Like that's where vitamins would be. Yeah, operations for sure.
We have Martin back. On the inspirational side, my dream car is a 97 Bentley. I think you mentioned yours was an RR. Would you share the model and color you visualize?
No. I don't have to like visualize it. I can go get that shit tomorrow. It's just like I was okay. If y'all want to know something, last year I had the money and I was talking to the people and I was gonna go get a Rolls Royce, and then I just thought, man, I don't even drive like that. Fuck that shit. It's just, yeah, I don't have y'all know I don't have a car. Like I just take Uber everywhere. I've been doing that for like, I don't know, 15 years because I used to live in New York. I just take Uber everywhere, man. And like the last 2 days, I didn't go nowhere. I just like walked around my neighborhoods. Like, I don't know. I'd be so pissed if I was paying monthly for a car that I bought and paying insurance and paying all this shit. And it's like, man, I don't even be going nowhere. Yo, babe, when's the last time I had to get transportation in a vehicle somewhere? You remember the last time? Last week?
When was it that you did the speaking event?
2 Fridays ago. Was it this Friday? That wasn't last Friday, was it?
No, so it must have been, that was a Thursday, so it must have been like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, like 2.
Yeah, I haven't been in a vehicle in 2 weeks. So I just don't need that shit, man. So that's me. Like it's not like I don't need to visualize it. I need a reason to buy it. And I think maybe if I didn't live in the middle of Miami, it'd be more, I don't know. I lived right in Manhattan when I lived in New York. Yeah, I take less Ubers here than I did in New York. So I don't know, man. What else we got?
We have Lookie back. He says, I'm super interested in your most effective supplements that fuel your engine into victory gear. In the chat, I think he mentioned that he lives like in Germany, so it's a little difficult for him to find these things.
Listen, I don't know, man. You can get like straight up drugs. You can get like shit that's illegal in America. You can get in London. Like those guys in London, they can just go get steroids. Like it's legal. So like you might have to hop over to London, man. I don't know what it's like in Germany. I don't know what it's like in Germany, but in London, you can just straight up get fucking shit there to get you arrested in America. For real.
All right, and then we have Justin. I gotta stop going to bed at 2 a.m. Sleep is no joke.
Yeah, man. Nah, you definitely gotta stop doing that if you're serious, man. If you're serious about success.
Well done.
That's it. All right, guys, listen. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll holla at y'all. Peace. Where's my cursor? Here we go.